Hello everyone, welcome back to the Global Online channel. So in this video, we'll discuss 20 plus expected MCQs. The topic will be HRM and HRP, right? So if you are preparing for the upcoming UGC NET December attempt and you want to increase your score in the management paper 2, then watch this video till the end because every question we'll discuss in a detailed explanation. We are also providing a paper 2 management complete course in which your whole syllabus will be completed through the video lectures. Also, we are providing full syllabus notes, mock test, PYQs with explanation, doubt clearing sessions, marathons, all the things will be provided to you to boost your preparation for upcoming examination. Right? So just contact on this number. You can give WhatsApp message or WhatsApp call on this number and you can join the course. Or simply just download our application, that is Global Online. Go to the Play Store, search Global Online, install application, open it. Once you open it, go to the store section. Here you can see, when you go to the store section, you will find the search box here. Search paper 2 management and you can join the course through the application. Which recruitment source is considered external? A. Employee referrals, B. Promotions, C. Campus recruitments, and D. Transfers. So that is campus recruitments. Okay. See, campus recruitment is usually everyone knows, right? In an institute or college, some big companies, multinational companies come to conduct this campus recruitment. They hire some new or fresh candidates for their company. Okay, they will give you, those companies will give you some training, some internship. Okay, after that, when you complete your internship, complete your training, they will directly hire in the company. Okay, so this is campus recruitment. It brings fresh talent from educational institutions, providing new perspective and skills not available internally. Okay, so company does not have this campus recruitment. They will hire some candidates from the college or institutions. Okay, expanding the talent pool. Human resource planning primarily aims at A. Determining salaries, B. Ensuring right people at the right place, time and cost, hiring external consultants, and D. Maintaining discipline. So human resource planning is primarily the work of human resource planning, or the focus of human resource planning is to ensuring right people at the right place, time and cost. Okay. So basically HR planning, human resource planning, it ensures the availability of qualified employees in the required numbers, right? So whatever the number of people or number of employees required, the HR planning ensure that the quality of employees will be selected, right? It aligns workforce supply and demand with the organization goal and future strategies. So HR planning basically selecting, recruiting at the right time, at the right cost, okay, for the benefit of company, for the benefit of organization, to complete the goals. Okay. Internal recruitment is preferred when A. Seeking fresh perspectives, B. Promoting employee morale and retention, C. Hiring entry level position, and D. Expanding to new locations. So when the internal recruitment is preferred, when the promoting employee morale and retention, to promote employee morale and retention, the internal recruitment is preferred. See, internal recruitment motivates employees, enhance loyalty, and utilizes existing talent efficiently. That will reduce the recruitment cost and time. Okay. The main objective of selection is to A. Reduce employee turnover, B. Hire candidates most suitable for the job, C. Increase training cost, and D. Satisfy labor unions. So now this question is about the selection. Okay, the objective of selection is hire candidates most suitable for the job. Okay, very easy question, but it should be understandable, right? Then only you can able to answer properly, you can able to select the right option properly. Okay, try to understand the question first and then eliminate the wrong options. Okay, see, every job has their own specification, right? For every role there are different specifications. So selection is what it aims to identify candidates whose skills, knowledge and abilities match the job requirements. Okay, in HR term we call it JD, job description. So every role has a different kind of job description. So candidate must fulfill those job descriptions. Okay, the job role should be uh, specified with the particular terms, right? Ensuring optimal performance and organizational fit. So that candidate should be fit for that role. It will be beneficial for organization and for the employee as well. Next, induction programs are designed to, what is induction? Okay, teach advanced technical skills. B, familiarize new employees with organization policies and culture. C, conduct performance appraisal. And D, increase production output. So basically induction program is the beginning of the job. Getting it? When you start your job, the induction will be happen. So familiarize new employees with the organization policies and culture. This is the right definition of induction. Okay, once you get selected, the induction procedure will start. So HR or any other HR team member will give you a induction. Okay, that means telling about the company, the job, the policies, what is the environment, the culture of the company. Everything will be shared with the employee. So basically induction program helps new hires adapt quickly, understand job responsibility, organizational structure, culture, reduce anxiety and increasing engagement and productivity. Okay, so induction call will help the new hiring to understand the company culture, how this company works, the job role, everything about the company and the job. Okay, so the new hiring or the new employee will be working very easily or maybe without anxiety, without the hesitations. Okay, it will be familiarizing procedure. On the job training is most suitable for entry level employees, managers only, employees learning through actual work task or freelancers. So on the job training is most suitable for employees learning through actual work tasks. So people who are actually working, already working in the company, for those people on the job training will be suitable. On the job training enables employees to learn while performing their job, improving skills, efficiency, and immediate application, making it cost effective and practical. Okay, so for example, there is a developer, okay, who is working in a company, but now the AI is emerged, correct? So along with doing job, he will understand the AI. Okay, that training will be given to that developer. That is called on the job training. Next, training versus development difference is that A, training is long term, development is short term. B, training focuses on current job skills and development focuses on future role and growth. C, training is optional, development is mandatory. Then both are identical. What is it? It is training focuses on current job and development focuses on future role and growth. Training addresses current job requirements, while development prepares employees for future responsibilities and career growth. Okay, so basically, training is what? Training for the new opportunity, training for a new job or new requirements. Okay, to fulfill that requirements, to do that kind of work, you need to be trained. That is called training. Okay, and what is development? Development means developing yourself or developing something for a future benefit. Okay, future responsibilities, career growth. That is the long term one. Training is a short term period, we can say, which is fulfilled or which is done for the short term goal. Okay, and the development is for future goals. So this is the long term career growth. Okay, emphasizing skill enhancement and managerial readiness. Which selection tool is best for evaluating behavioral competencies? A, written test. B, interview. C, assessment center. And D, resume screening. Okay, what is it? It is assessment center. Assessment center use stimulations, group expertise and role plays to evaluate interpersonal skills, decision making, leadership, going beyond the technical knowledge. Human resource planning requires forecasting of. Why human resource planning requires? A, future skill requirements. B, budget allocations only. C, production targets, and D, marketing trends. What is it? It is option A, future skill requirement. Okay, so human resource planning required for forecasting future skills requirement. Okay, HR planning involves predicting the future demand and supply of workforce skills, ensuring that the organization has the right people to meet strategic objectives. That is called HR planning. Okay. Next one, the main advantage of structured interviews is A, flexibility in questioning, B, standardization and reduced bias, C, faster selection process, and D, no preparation needed. So main objective of structured interview is standardization and reduced biasness. Okay, all right. Structured interviews ensures consistency, fairness, comparability, reducing interviewer bias, improving the reliability of candidate evaluation for selection decision. All right. So this is all about today's video, everyone. If you need any topic MCQs, just put a message in a comment box. I'll take those MCQs in the next session. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you in the next session. Recent HRM trend emphasizing employees' self-direction is A. Outsourcing, B. Employee empowerment, C. Job rotation, or D. Hierarchical control. It is what? It is employee empowerment. So let's understand what is employee empowerment, right? Employee empowerment involves giving employees autonomy, that means independence, responsibility, and decision-making authority, which increases motivation, engagement, and productivity in modern organization. So basically, it is little bit of freeness to the employees to work by their own style, right? So what will happen if such kind of things are happening in the organization? So it will increase the motivation for doing work or achieving the target, engagement of the employee in the work, get getting it, productivity in the modern organization, right? So employee empowerment is nothing but the giving the some kind of autonomy, responsibility, and authority to take a decision. Okay. HRM primarily focuses on, okay, human resource management primarily focuses on A, managing machines in the organization, B, developing organizational policies, C, managing people to achieve organizational goals, or D, financial planning. So mainly HRM will focusing primarily on the managing people to achieve organizational goals. So firstly, understand what is HRM. That means human resource management. So it is concerned with the recruiting, then developing, motivating, and retaining the employees to achieve organizational objectives. Okay, so every business, every organization have their own target, and to achieve that target, you have to manage your human resource. Correct. So human resource management is what? Recruiting right person, developing that person, okay, motivating them to complete the target, right, and retaining those employees in the organization to achieve the goal. Okay, it treats employees as assets rather than cost, right, focusing on both productivity and well-being. So that is why HRM, okay, mainly focuses on managing the people. Which perspective emphasizes HR as a strategic partner in achieving organizational goals? A. Operational perspective, B. Human capital perspective, C. Functional perspective, or D. Administrative perspective. So it is what? Human capital perspective. Okay. So the human capital perspective, okay, sees the employees or views the employees as a valuable assets rather than the cost, right? HR contributes to strategic goals by enhancing skills, motivation, and performance, aligning workforce planning with the business strategy. Okay, which factor significantly influences HRM practices in modern organization? A. Technology, B. Socio-cultural environment, C. Legal regulations, or D. All of the above. So in HRM practices in modern organization, the factors are all of the above, like technology, socio-cultural environment, legal regulations, all are important, right? HRM influences by multiple internal and external factors. As I said, all the things, okay, including technology, culture, laws, globalization, economic conditions. These all are both factors, internal and external, right? Effective HR policies consider all these to remain relevant. So basically, what does it mean? HRM means to manage all the factors, whether it is internal, whether it is external, to achieve the organization's goals, right? Strategic HRM links HR practices with A. Financial accounting, B. Organizational strategy, C. Marketing plans, and D. Production schedules. So what is it? It is organizational strategy. Strategic HRM ensures that HR policies support the long-term goals of the organization, integrating human resource planning, talent management, and performance evaluation with the strategic objectives. Okay, which approach views employees as a resource to be developed and optimized? A. Administrative approach, B. Resource based approach, C. Behavioral approach, or D. Transitional approach. Okay, remember, you can also give your answer in a comment box. Okay, so what you will do, when your answer is right, you can give yourself as a 2 marks. Okay, plus 2 marks. Getting it? So after the end of the video, you will calculate your overall score and you will share in the comment box. Okay, so right answer of this question is option B, resource based approach. See, the resource based approach sees employees as a critical competitive advantage. Organizations invest in employee development to maximize knowledge, skills, and commitment. Okay, this way it will also beneficial for the company to maximize their assets and achieve their targets. Technology driven HR trend includes C. Digital recruitment and HR analytics, B. Manual record keeping, C. Traditional appraisal method, or D. Face to face only training. It is digital recruitment and HR analytics. That is your technology driven HR trend. Technology has transformed HRM through online recruitment, performance management software, AI-based analytics, and e-learning platforms, increasing efficiency and data-driven decision making. Which perspective in HRM emphasizes psychological and social aspect of employees? A. Behavioral perspective, B. Administrative perspective, C. Strategic perspective, and D. Functional perspective. It is behavioral perspective. Okay, when it is always say the perspective of psychological or social, it is directly behavioral perspective. Okay, focuses on motivation, leadership, communication, and group dynamics. It treats HR as a driver of a human behavior, ensuring employees satisfaction and organizational effectiveness. One of the major challenges in contemporary HRM is standardized production processes, B. Globalization and diversity, C. Budget cuts, and D. Routine paperwork. Okay, so one of the major challenge in contemporary HRM is your globalization and diversity. Okay, globalization has introduced challenges such as managing cultural diversity, cross-border teams, international HR policies, and making HRM more complex and strategic. Okay, so just because it is a broad concept, it is more complex, it is more complicated and strategic. HRM practices focusing on well-being, work-life balance, and flexibility is called A. Strategic HRM, B. Employee welfare, C. Human resource accounting, and D. Performance appraisal. What is it? It is employee welfare. Okay. Employee welfare programs improve morale, reduce turnover, and enhance productivity. Modern HRM emphasizes work-life balance, flexible hours, and wellness initiatives as a part of employee welfare. Alright, so this is all about today's video, everyone. If you like the video, please push the like button. If you are new to this channel, subscribe to the channel for more videos. And if you are seriously preparing for this examination, you can also join our course, which is complete course for paper 2 preparation. You can just do a WhatsApp message or WhatsApp call on this number and you can join that course and start your preparation. All right, so thank you so much. Have a great day. See you in the next session.